Hi, we're going to demonstrate here how to play our History Go Fish games. There are many ways to play, but I'm going to describe two. The first one is called Go Fish, and it is the easiest way to play. So what you do is you pass out 4 cards per person. So let's imagine there are 3 other people here playing. Then I take my cards in my hand and I see what I have. And so I see that I have, for example, Cincinnatus. He's in the Roman Republic, and there are 4 cards in the Roman Republic that I am searching for. So I would ask here, someone who's sitting right here, let's say Christina's right here, I would say, Christina, do you have the Roman Aqueduct? And if she says yes, she would give me that card, and then I would continue asking the other people for the other cards. But if she says no, then I have to go fish for a card and get something else. So I did not get the Roman Aqueduct. So then it becomes this person's turn to play. And then this person would ask someone specifically for a card that they need. Now, let's imagine that we've been playing for a while and I've captured these 4 cards, which are all from the same category. So once I have them, I put them in front of me face up, and that means that I've scored, okay? That these are mine, no one can take them away. And at the very end of the game, whoever has the most 4 of a kinds wins the game. Now the game ends when there are no cards here, and when all of the cards that we have, we've placed them on the table with the 4 of a kinds. And that is the 4 of a kind game. It teaches history by association because you learn what things belong to each other. And it also just teaches some basic facts about what things are called and what they look like. So it's just a great way to learn those basic things. Now, the second way to play, which is kind of the most popular game among young teenagers and teens, is called Collect the Cards. Collect the Cards. Now, in Collect the Cards, you begin by taking out 4 cards from the same category. Easiest is if you begin with the first category. In our Ancient Civilizations game, this is Ancient Egypt. And then you place those 4 cards out on the table so everybody can see them. And somebody reads out loud the 4 paragraphs from those 4 cards. So I'm going to go ahead and read out loud paragraph 1, which is the Great Sphinx of Giza. The Sphinx can also be called the Terrifying One or the Father of the Dread. It is a statue of a mythical creature, perhaps a god with a lion's body and a human head. It stands on the bank of the Nile River in Giza, Egypt, close enough to the Great Pyramids to be called their guardian. It is not exactly known when the Sphinx was built and which Egyptian built it, but historians believe it was constructed around 2500 BC. Some believe the Sphinx involves solar worship, but no one is completely sure. So you read out loud the 4 paragraphs that describe these 4 cards. Then you take the cards and you mix them up a little bit, and then you place them in the middle. And the first person is the reader, and he reads out loud the first hint. Hint number 1, mythical creature. Now this person then has 5 seconds to guess what's on the card. If they take too long, the reader has to say, time's up. Then you say the same hint, mythical creature. And the second person who's playing guesses what's on the card. If you cannot guess it, then the third person gets a guess. Then you go to hint number 2, guardian of pyramids. Now, if somebody guesses it correctly, you give them the card and they win it. But if nobody guesses the card after 3 hints, then the reader wins it. Then the next person is the reader. Okay, so this way you take turns, you're reading out loud the hints, the kids are learning what's there. Now, when you feel like you've mastered these 4 cards, you take out the next 4 cards, read out loud the paragraphs, then you play with the next 8 cards. You play with all the cards that you've read out loud the paragraphs, okay? So then each time you begin playing the game, you take out the cards that you've already read out loud the paragraphs, you play with those cards, and you add 4 more, okay? So this is a great way to learn history, and if you do this once a week for about 30 minutes, in about 2 or 3 months, all the kids will have these memorized and in a fun and a creative way.